Yo yo. Very good, dude. Nothing special, just good. Brother, if you want to be my therapist, asking me why I'm sad, what happened, then you will lose your mind. If you will try to dive into my mind. Hello, Zuna. Do you walk on the street and really look at each person and think, wow, what happened to them? All that is happening is just life, dude. This moment is happening, nothing quite more. No, Bisho, it is not possible. But you can be in long periods of stillness, emptiness, like you can observe them. But it is not possible to completely shut down the mind. That would be game over for you at that moment. And why should you want to do that? Actually, it would be the same if you would ask, is it possible to totally shut down body, bloodstream? Why would you need to do that? And where is the problem in your mind working? There can be imaginary problem if you think that you are your mind. So, you say your mind carries much sadness, pain, hatred, torment and endless suffering. Well, probably your life experience was not the easiest one, but let's say you walk on a beach and there is lots of small rocks and you step on them. And these rocks create some kind of pain in your body. So, do you think that you have to take each of these small rocks and throw them away? Do you have to deal with all these painful small rocks that you step on? It's your path at that moment, but do you create problem? Psychological problem with the fact that you have to walk on these rocks? You just carry on. You don't deal with every rock. So why do you deal with all of this stuff in your mind? Your mind is just the same as your body, dude. What is sacred? I don't know, dude. It's a feeling. Sacredness is probably just another feeling that you can experience in some life moment. You know, there's all kinds of words that relate to something. You can go and dive deeply into all these terms. But I don't think that really matters. Better just observe what is your mind, what is between two thoughts, from where comes your feelings. That is beyond philosophy about all these terms, what is sacred and so on. Bisho, so you had a rough experience. But if it's there in your mind, what other options do you have? If you can just sit with all of this that comes in your mind and just observe, be passive, through time, all of this content in your mind will dissolve. It will have less power over you. Maybe it still will be there in your mind, but your relationship to it will change the more you practice to allow all the content in your mind. Himalayas, dude. Well, there is existence. You don't need to call what is and what exists in words like God, consciousness, awareness, being. You don't necessarily need to call all of this in words. We all experience life in the same way, this moment in the same way. It just is, it happens. That's it. Your mind can interpret it in many ways. But it will not change what is. Yes, appearing phenomenon. I do have dreams at night. Your mind is continuing to work when you sleep. Am I aware that I'm dreaming of dreaming? Well, it depends on dream. You shouldn't try to be aware all the time. It would create doer of actions, psychological controller, psychological you who has to be aware. But you can try to do that. You see, everything that you do in your life, everything that you think in your mind or try out is the same game, the same appearance, the same play of the mind. All of these details does not matter so much as you think. Being aware, not being aware. Dreaming, not dreaming, and so on. But I would say, be aware of your mind. Be aware of being aware or not being aware. Just notice it. Notice your mind's actions. Just train in you this power of noticing, and you will notice all you need. Yes, Bisho, dream and nightmare is the same thing. They both come and go, dude. Appearing phenomenon. When you think about this, what happens in your mind? Don't ask me this question, ask it to yourself and look what happens. What is this question? How can any question make you fully understand this question? Dude, this stream of questions and answers in your mind will never end. So how can you step outside this cycle in essence and just see what is the mind? You think that you have to know answer to some kind of final question, who you are, and then you will get it. Appearing dude, whatever you want to know about the doer, what it is, how it works, what will that change? Is there any answer that will change something? Because the nature of your mind will not change no matter what kind of answer will you get. So observe in this moment these thoughts, how they appear, from where they come. Why are they important? Are they important? Himalayas dude. Well, you are connected already with everything you can be connected. But there is some kind of illusion in your mind that you are not. So just observe till you will get it, realize. Meditate as much as it's needed, if it's needed for you. Meditation was needed for me. I'm Chris dude. Yo, new name. New name, you already know why I'm so early here. Because of football. It may change what is worth doing and what is not. In your life, definitely. Definitely, dude. What is worth, it's unique for you, for your life. New name, well, not just football, but I'm sports lover. I like to be fan of big sports events. Himalayas, haven't been to India, but I will come to India after some months. Travel around India with new name and maybe someone else from this chat. Himalayas, but yes, meditation for me was one of the keys. Trying to be present of inner stillness, I would say, was the biggest key. And you don't need to meditate to do that. Actually, this inner training of being aware made me realize who is the one trying to be aware. What is the content that I'm aware of? But more honest answer would be nothing was found. More direct answer. You search for yourself, you search for higher self. You search for the truth. And then you realize nothing can be found. Everything just is. Everything comes and goes. And then something may click in you, and there's just peace and freedom. Understanding. About how things are in life. It doesn't mean you start to know everything and understand everything. It's something else I'm talking about. Himalayas, well, emptiness and content are the same appearances. Actually, of course, emptiness feels like being itself. But you think that only this emptiness is some kind of higher state. Well, I would say you're still fooling yourself. Because life is not about something, one being more than anything else. Life is about everything at the same time. There would be no awareness without content, no emptiness without content, no stillness without movement, all the movement around you. Appearing phenomenon, well, human mind body is tended to seek pleasure, not only, but it's one of tendencies. Dude, there is no one answer. What do we do with our life? It's specific to your life, your needs, your goals, your desires, your fear, your happiness, and so on. Your unique life experience creates your life. Good morning, Pedro. Bisho, well, I cannot answer your question, dude. Mind will always be limited. Of course, human mind wants to understand everything, but dude, can you be okay in your life with the fact that you don't need to know everything and that you cannot know everything? Yes, yes, Himalayas, I know that you're not talking about like directly your experience. I understand that you're talking in general at that comment. Yes, Bisho, that is how your mind works. Your mind is mechanism. It's computer, dude. Your mind is basically computer. Well, not exactly the same laptop or PC that you have. But somehow people are into this belief, in this program in their own mind, where they just don't see that mind is a tool for them, not that you live inside your mind as some kind of, I don't know what, substance that seeks for higher self-substance. Bisho, you say, well, yes, it's confusing. And what is this feeling of confusing? It's still in the program of your mind. Can you step out of these all layers? There is like a belief in you, in your mind, in many different layers, and each layer is commenting other layer. And even if you can see some layer, there's always almost like some layer you don't see, and it's still the same mind. So practice just noticing, observing. You don't need to do anything else actually. Noticing is enough. More presence in you is enough. Appearing, what exactly do you mean? Why not love? Um, this stream's title about hate is because I think that many deep meditators and self-enquiry practitioners, let's say, walk in shopping mall and experience some kind of hateful thoughts in them, and they think that as long as these thoughts are there, they are not enough, they are not ready to something in their mind. But like I said before, if you walk somewhere near the sea and step on small rocks and they create pain in your feet, you don't make psychological problem out of it. You don't take these small rocks and throw them away one by one. But this is what people do in their mind when they experience, let's say, hate, depression, fear, all that they don't like. They start to fight it. They try to throw these thoughts away, and it creates illusion of separate self in them. But actually, your mind's content is just the same content as all of the outside world. I have no idea if you get what I mean. But this is just about the title. Appearing phenomenon, the way you feel anything, not only your heart, can change during lifetime, during different periods of life, different cycles of you growing up. Your body and your mind is changing all the time. Yo, truly, well, yes, also, yes and no. But I mean, I have practiced meditation a lot, dude. Maybe that's why. But dude, meditation is just one part of life. Maybe you need it, maybe you don't need it. Chris, dude, let go the idea of Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ let go of himself for you. So let go idea of Jesus for Jesus. Then you will get it. No, dude, I do not do yoga. Maybe I should do yoga for just health benefits. I would be more flexible. Chris, dude, maybe Jesus is your savior. Maybe it will be someday. If you will discover what is behind Jesus itself. Maybe, dude. Yo, Phenomen. See you later. Why should someone try to aggressively push idea of religion to someone else? Sometimes I even don't time out natural haters and better time out someone who's aggressively pushing his religion because it's needed to you. But everyone has their own path. Yes, truly. Yoga is probably awesome. But if I have time for physical exercises, time and energy, then I choose to do lots of other movements, sports, than yoga exercises. I like to move more intensively. Religion helps to people, to many people, but it's not only religion. It's just there. Of course, there are people who get obsessed not only with religion but with many things, and they get stuck in these loops, these thoughts. They totally become shut down, totally not open. It is how it is. Well, yoga is important, but I wouldn't say that something is more important than something else. It's still the same play of existence. You are being played. Just by life. No matter if you do yoga or you don't do. But of course, these little things change quality of life. If someone needs to upgrade quality of life, well, lots of things can help, including yoga. No, Somu. Of course, no. But actually, I don't know. Lots of things can happen to you in next moment. Truly, self-enquiry meditation, sometimes something creative, sometimes something in nature. But mostly this content in this channel is about what is your mind, your relationship with your mind. No Himalayas. All of these details that you can do or not do in your life creates your unique experience of life. It creates how humankind, human race will evolve and so on, but in general, these small details does not matter so much for you to be free and in peace. Try to find yourself. By trying to find yourself, you will understand. Truly, of course, no. But as far as I know, in childhood I was more calm than other kids. But dude, you know, in life there are many situations. Staying calm is not some kind of priority in life. Trying to control anything, for me, is not priority. Don't get this verbally. When I'm speaking about control, it's either you understand or you don't understand. There is no direct explanation in this. Himalayas, well, if you are in celibacy and you want to be in celibacy for all your life, I don't see how it's something bad or good. It's your life. It's just that all that you do, all the ways how you live your life, what you are in this moment, how your body and mind is, well, it creates quality of your life, of next moment. If you like it, then you like it. If you don't like it, change something. Himalayas, well, yes, I agree that probably it's not easy, but you know, walking around and wanting someone else to be like you, that's pure illusion, pure ego. I'm not saying this about you, but I like personally the different colors of life. I like that people are totally different. I mean, why do you want someone else to be in celibacy? But yes, I get that it's hard for you. Why do you exactly need it? I don't know for sure. Only you know that. That is your path. Like I do lots of running and jumping exercises. It's needed for me, not for everybody. I was vegetarian for many years. Then I stopped being vegetarian. I don't care what is someone else's choice, what they eat. I meditated for many years, but that's not needed for everyone. Yes, I also eat, I look at food like on protein, carbs, fat and so on. Just nutrition. Yes, that's right, that's right. Listen to your body. Many people are in fight with their body, and they suffer from that. Maybe the problem is in nutrition. That can happen. Yes, Void, I see your message. Yo, yo, yo. Thanks, Gaben. Healing energy is never too much. There's always there's always something that needs to be healed. Yes, Himalayas, dude. Compassion is a thing. But dude, I have as much compassion to plants for real. I feel plants in same way as I feel animals, but I still need to eat. And animals, for example, they don't have this idea of separateness in their mind. They feel suffering, lots of things, but they are not like you either way. Your mind is different, dude. But this is what I don't get in many people, that they care about animals more than plants. I totally see how plants are as live as animals, and they suffer as well. Of course, animals suffer more if you kill them. But dude, it's about how open you are to this, or how deeply you dig. Yo, Timo. Thanks, Gaben. Yes, animals don't have ego. It seems like you, Gaben, actually know many things and are not into some kind of crazy ideas. That's good. But if you are, that's also good. But there will always be vegetarians, vegans, meat eaters, and so on. This is not something that should create fight between people. Eat what you want, eat what your body is telling you to eat. Live in peace, live in inner freedom. accept life as it is, in you, around you, accept other people. Yes, animals have nervous system, of course, of course. But dude, I'm just telling you, plants have feelings as well. And there are different kinds of plants. And I get what you mean, that animals is more advanced, of course. If people would live, if that time will come where people live in one area on earth, where there's always warm climate, lots of plants, seeds, grains, all of this, well, in that case maybe people won't eat animals. I don't know. But dude, people live in different environments, different climates, in many places on earth. Animal is the only thing to eat. And does this make someone else as human worse than vegetarian people? No, Gaben, that's totally not about root chakra, this channel name. Because sacral in my native language is basically the same as sacred. It's just a coincidence that sacral is root chakra. Well, I guess if you Google it, I don't know the termins, all the English termins about the chakras. Well, there are different kinds of people. I'm just telling. I perceive all the living nature as the same living nature. Rock, plant, animal, air, water, people, cars, technology, internet. All of this is created on this earth. All of this is nature. Yes, Yammers. Well, Himalayas. What do you mean by this? Because, for example, you see, you don't know what it takes for other people to survive. You don't really know that. I assume you live in a life where you can choose, and your body, your genes are quite healthy, and you know how to consume nutrition from plants, that's your choice. But that is not the case for everyone. I just find it a little bit silly how people say they have empathy for animals, but they don't have empathy for other people. I think that is a little bit crazy. Was it scary when I first moved out? No. I was happy. But it depends. Someone could be scared moving out. But I moved out very close to my family. So that was not that kind of big moving out. I don't know what's your case. Yes, Gaben, that's right. There was I think there was a story about, I don't know if it's true or not, that Dalai Lama was vegetarian and then doctors said that he needs to eat meat. But I had a similar experience. I was like vegetarian for 10 years. But I'm also very active sportsman. And I was totally out of nutrition. And I started to eat more and more sweets. Like my nervous system did not like get proper iron nutrition, and it was bad. And when I started to again eat meat, well, it was strange, of course, but when I started to do that for survival, let's say, I started to eat less and less sweets actually. I don't know if it's only about that, because lots of things change in life together. But yeah. Well, milk, for example, I had problems with lactose before, not now. But eggs, dude, eggs is the same animal basically. But your body is a very smart thing. Your stomach is very smart. All the organs are very smart. Listen what your body needs. Bobby, why are you close to the edge? Is it because of the profile picture? I am totally not so powerful and not in a need of such a great power as Julius Caesar. Yes, yes, Z says. But, well, this is your belief that you say that we all need to answer the Lord in the end. This is, well, you can believe in this, but I wouldn't advise you to be obsessed with anything you believe. Rather stay open. Life is changing all the time, and life is about cycles all the time, all together. But, dude, what you are in this moment, how do you live in this moment, what are your choices, your knowledge, actions, reactions, habits. It just creates, it attracts something similar in next moment. This is how this life is. It's not like you will have to talk with God in the end of the life. But you can, dude, you can believe in this. Do what you want. Who am I to tell you what you shouldn't believe in? Z says, I don't want to upset you, but what do you mean by your inner voice? Why do people think that they are very special? That there is higher self? Go and try to find it. Of course, we have our body and mind experience in this life. But your inner voice, it's not like, well, it is maybe most important for you, but dude, is it really you? Is your inner voice you? How can anything be you if this body, this mind is given to you by someone else? I see that this is where spiritual practitioners get stuck for years, always trying to find yourself, your higher self, even if it's awareness, inner stillness, higher self. Because I have found out that freedom is living by seeing that nothing is you directly. You are everything. Everything is you. Everything is the same happening, same coming and going. And I find so much freedom in this. That you cannot be found. Well, there is search for you. Dude, it will always be same mind trying to sort out itself. This is not how you is found. You is found by realizing that it will not be found, and it's perfect in that way. You cannot be described, yet you are. You are alive, this moment exists, yet nothing can be attached to you. What would nothing look like? Nothing would not look like something. Nothing. Sorry, I didn't know there was a microphone here. Nothing is nothing. Nothing is needed. Space is needed, stillness is needed, emptiness is needed for content to exist. They both are one. Content and nothing is the same thing. Dude, black is perceived. If black is perceived, then something needs to be there before black, so black could be seen. In this life, dude, we can only perceive our own mind. No one of us will sit here and tell some kind of absolute knowledge what happens when you die. But this will happen. Just don't wait it. Live life. Don't try to rush things. Trust life. How do you imagine nothing? Dude, you cannot imagine nothing. But I don't know how deeply you are into self-enquiry, but try to, for example, in your mind, try to look what is between two thoughts. Can you be so patient, be so present, and look what is between two thoughts? Doesn't matter if your eyes are closed or not. maybe you will find out this inner emptiness, inner stillness. And this inner stillness can be a doorway to inner freedom. But inner stillness is not some kind of final answer. I thought that it is when I meditated to know who am I. So Yamato, the topic is about hate. About hate thoughts in you. And do they make you feel incomplete? Basically, why anything? Basically, why negative thoughts makes you feel incomplete? Well, Gaben, you are nothing and everything already. Nothing and everything coexists each moment. If you see this depends on your practice, your let's say level of observation, level of openness. Step back from your mind many, many, many times until you even notice who is the one stepping back. Is there someone stepping back? Is there a thinker of thoughts? Do you create your thoughts? Do you create your feelings? Or does all of this comes in you uninvited? Well, Gaben, can observer be found? Of course there's awareness in this, but someone's aware of awareness, if you can perceive it. And you can continue like this forever. So what does this mean? You know what is true no self-realization, awakening. It's almost the same like the process of taking two mirrors and facing to each other. What happens when you face two mirrors to each other? Does this create a third mirror? Does facing two mirrors, one to each other, can give you some kind of final answer about the process of what really happens? Z says, dude, my honest answer would be nothing is right or wrong. Everything is, and everything creates, of course, consequences. But it's not like consequences are bad or good. We as people, dude, well, we are here to survive, learn, be happy, be sad. Just basically live the life, make it better, for someone make it worse. I cannot give you explanation of what should be life or what shouldn't be life, but your life is your life. We are here for the experience. Yet this experience is not some kind of meaning of life. Dude, life just is. This moment just is. I don't see life as past, future, and this moment. It's always this exact moment. Past exists only in this moment, as well as future. But of course I can tell you, human body, body-mind, this body-mind being seeks comfort, success, happiness in many, many ways. And when you say, is using something new to forget something old, is it bad? Well, it's not bad. It's not good or bad. But in terms of self-enquiry, for example, if you want to know who you are not, well then, there's one answer to every situation. Just notice. passively, be present, be aware, and all will be clear. Not all, but all. Being an observer is just a great spiritual practice, self-enquiry practice. You won't find your true name by being observer, but it is the greatest self-enquiry practice. Observe passively, let everything to happen. Just observe. By being present and observing, you break the cycle of this old habit to be lost, identified in thoughts and feelings. You start to break the cycle, the belief of illusion of separate self as controller of your life. Yes, Jesus, it's two pieces of one coin. They both create the coin. Himalayas, I don't know if I get your comment, but I don't know how you look at life. Because for this existence, for this dream of life, no outcome of someone's personal life is a big deal. If someone suffers, the suffering is needed there. If someone does not understand, it's needed for them. If someone understands, well, it's needed for them. No, Sho Yamato, I do not read philosophy books. I just live life, experience life. Experience my body and my mind. Experience people, birds, sky, water, suffering, fear, happiness, bliss, love, hate. All of these happenings are teaching you something. They are happenings. They come and they go. Hello, hello. Yes, and change is continuous. No one can deny that change is continuous. So if you want some kind of highest truth that mind can understand, this is it. Because no one can deny this. Change is continuous. As well as this moment. It just is. No one can deny it. But if you want to hold this in your mind, and keep it as knowledge, well, I'm not saying you should do that. Because it's changing. Himalayas, well, I'm seeing your other side. It's normal, but if you think that all that exists is pure bliss, and it's some kind of final state, and nothing matters after that, well, okay. Who will be blissful? How can bliss be something more than anything else? Well, I don't see it like that, dude. While there is any kind of separation, while bliss is something more than sadness, that is not how you become one. That is not how you can experience oneness. But you can try. You can try to reach bliss and hold it as state in you. You see, there are lots of different people, like I'm saying all the time. Your life experience is unique to you and what you believe. But everything creates consequences. If you continue to suffer trying to reach bliss, if you will continue to experience sadness and happiness together with bliss, maybe you will look at it differently. Yo, yo, yo. How do you deal with self-hatred? I have heard about word Swami Vivekananda, but and also actually Paramhans, but I have no idea what are these dudes exactly. I wouldn't encourage you to keep in you knowledge from anyone, including the saints, including, dude, just don't hold in you anything and find out yourself. Because you know that you cannot truly believe anyone's words. There will always be doubt. As long as you don't see what is the essence of doubt and knowledge, as long as you don't see that they are the same comings and goings in this moment, when I would say that work has to be done till then. Because it's up to you, not up to the saints. You see, you always, all of you are dealing always with your own interpretation. You hear someone saying word, describing something, and you interpret it. You have no idea actually what directly is someone else talking about. So how can you, if you want to find your truth, how could you do it? Well, open up totally your own perception as much as you can. Let go totally everything that you can and you cannot. This is the only way. Not by holding in you what other people say, even if they are saints. Because even all the teachings of wisest gurus will have to be left behind one day. Yo, 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 mirror folks, I'm about to end this stream because no, I'm actually not ending it right now. I need to make dinner before football game. At what time it starts? I think it's after 2 hours. Yep, dinner. But my wife is not yet home, so I don't have to make it yet. No, Gabin. At this point, it's a empty cup. There was water before a few seconds. I need more water. It's game over. My wife is home. No, just kidding. We don't have a relationship like that. Actually, maybe I'm gonna end the live stream soon and do another late night one, YOLO live stream, after a few hours. Cheers. Jimmy, that's a jasmine flower. Yes, you can smell it. Jasmine is my favorite fragrance in nature. If I had to choose one favorite. It's like fragrance of freedom. Yes, and lavender. Dude, Gaben, dude. I don't know if this is first time in this stream for you. But sometimes you just say the words outside of my mouth. Because I love jasmines and lavenders. Of course roses as well, but it depends on what kind of roses. But lavender and jasmine, dude, they are great. I can smell them forever. Yep. Smelling flowers is great. But on this note, yo William, I will end this live stream because my wife wants to eat food. I have to make it. Yes, yes, those are noodles on my head. And you can eat them. Thanks, Gaben. Okay, yo, peace. See you later.